Hey guys, I'm JD Bell, welcome back to my channel, and I'm literally just filming this after I've done my favourites video because today's video is my April book favourites. And this is a new series of mine and I'm so excited because I absolutely love books. I'm like a book dragon. A better word than a bookworm because dragons are better than worms. Anyway, so this series I'm going to be explaining every month my favourite books from that month and recommend them to you guys if you love reading books or if you're just interested or whatever. And I really hope that you like this video. Give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you like this series, and I'm just going to get on with it. Now if you saw my favourites video you'll know that I only have 2 of the books because I'm lending one to my friend and one's from the library. But I'll need to get Google up so I can read you the description of the books. That would be very helpful, Jade. You should have done this before. Give me a mo. So the first book I'm going to talk to you about that has been one of my favourites in April is Rick Yancey's The Fifth Wave. And it took me about 4 or 5 days to read this book, I think it was. But I was really into it. Like, it took a bit to get into it first, but I did get into it and I really liked it. And I'm just going to read you the plot from the phone because obviously I haven't got the book with me. The Fifth Wave follows 16-year-old Casey Sullivan as she tries to survive in a world devastated by the waves of alien invasion that have already devastated the Earth's population and knocked humankind back to the Stone Age. She is headed to a training facility, it says quotation marks, established by the aliens in the hopes of saving her 5-year-old brother Sam, who was taken there. Casey comes across a gas station where she finds a wounded soldier. She kills him after mistaking the crucifix in his hand for a gun. Right, this disturbs her. While on an Ohio highway, why is it so hard for me to speak today? On her way to find her brother, she comes across the recently deceased. Casey is then suddenly shot in the leg by an unknown sniper. She takes cover under a car and has to make a difficult choice. Try to flee the area or risk being shot by the sniper or bleed to death under the car. Now I'm not going to read any more because that will spoil the book or the film for you. So basically it's Casey, she's trying to, the world is being taken over by aliens, and there's been 4 waves, and then the 5th wave is the one that's happening right now in the book, because it goes back in time to tell you what the 5th waves were. Well, she's basically like a bit like she describes to you each of the waves, what they were, how the aliens even came to take over the world, and bloody hell, and why. And she's on her way and Sam gets taken away, and she promises Sam, her 5-year-old brother, that she will come and rescue him. So the book is all about the aliens trying to take over the world, and then she's there trying to be badass and get her brother back. And this novel is really good. It's way better than the film, 1,000 times better than the film. If I watched the film before I read the book I would have been confused because I'm like, what? Because it does not explain stuff and it misses stuff out, and that really grinds on me. But anyway, that's basically the I've got like a really croaky voice. I've got a frog in my throat. There's a snake in my boot. I'm literally gonna have to take a drink because I can't speak. Okay, that feels a lot better. No, it doesn't. I still sound like a frog. And I love this book so much, and I thought I would recommend it to you guys because it's a really good novel. And my battery is flashing at me. Oh dear. Okay, so next book, I'm going to put these in the description for you. You can click on them if you would like to buy them. Oh, pardon me. I thought burp is just what it took to get the frog out of my throat. I really cannot speak today. So, this book is, there's a girl called Madeline Whittier, It's focusing.
I know why. It's auto-focusing, and it's focusing on my post-it in the background, which is probably why I was out of focus in the other video. Stop. Focus on my face, please. Thank you.
Anyway, Madeline Whittier, I'm going to say Whittier, is allergic to the outside world. So allergic, in fact, that she's never left the house in all of her 17 years. She is content enough until a boy with eyes the colour of the Atlantic Ocean moves in next door. Their complicated romance begins over IM, basically like an email, and grows through a wunderkammer of illustrations, charts and more. This book is amazing and I cannot wait to see the film. I think the film comes out on my birthday, the 19th of May, 13 days away. Woo! 18th. And like a little twist in the story that I was not expecting. I was like, oh, if you haven't read it, you have to read it. But if you're not into books and you just want to watch the movie, then I would definitely recommend the movie, even though it's not out yet. But books are better than movies. But I was literally so shocked with the twist that she put in the story, and I did tweet her saying that I was reading the book, or that I read the book, and she favourited it, and I was like but I do highly recommend that book, and it is obviously it's a romance, and I love my romance. I hold my hands up. But I do recommend the book, and if you would like to read the book, head on down the description and there will be a link to find the book. I'm rubbish at explaining things, guys, so I'm so sorry. Anyway, the next book is Beauty and the Beast, the book of the film. So, Belle dreams of adventures like the ones she reads about in her books. Me? That's exactly like me. That's exactly like me. Until she becomes the prisoner of a fearsome beast in a mysterious, enchanted castle. But life in the castle isn't as terrible as Belle imagines, and she soon realises there is more to the beast than first meets the eye. That wink was probably absolutely awful. Experience this tale as old as time. Tale as old as time. About adventure and love, about looking first past appearances, and about the inner beauty in all of us. Everyone knows what happens in Beauty and the Beast. Well, the majority of people, because some people might not have seen it. So it's basically just a book of the film, and it's where Belle goes to rescue her father, who's captured from the beast, and she herself gets imprisoned in the castle forever. But as you know, the beast is under a spell, and the castle's everything in the castle's under a spell, and the rose, which is my favourite, he has to break the spell by falling in love, and someone has to fall in love with him. Who other than Belle? She's imprisoned in the castle, and then the beast, well, the Lumiere, Cogsworth, they let her out, and the beast and her finally get to talk, and do they fall in love? Maybe. But
it is Disney, so we know that they do.
Spoiler.
But I'm not going to tell you what happens, but you all probably know what happens anyway.
And the last book is Sophie Kinsella, My Not So Perfect Life. Now, Sophie Kinsella is one of my favourite authors. Can You Keep a Secret was the first ever Sophie Kinsella book that I read. It is on my shelf, on my favourite bookshelf. Like,
I've got a bookshelf, section 1, section 2, section 3. It's on my favourites row.
I will read it because I need to read it again because I absolutely loved it. Anyway, that's not the book I'm on about. My Not So Perfect Life. This is a new book from her, and every time she releases a new book I'm like, I need to get it. Anyway, Katie Brenner has the perfect life, a flat in London, a glamorous job, and a super cool Instagram feed. Okay, so the truth is that she rents a tiny room with no space for a wardrobe, has a hideous commute to a lowly admin job, and the life she shares on Instagram isn't really hers. But one day her dreams are bound to come true, aren't they? until her not so perfect life comes crashing down when her mega successful boss, Demeter, gives her the sack. All Katie's hopes are shattered. She has to move home to Somerset, where she helps her dad with his new glamping business. Then Demeter and her family book in for a holiday, and Katie sees her chance. But should she get revenge on the woman who ruined her dreams, or try to get her job back? Does Demeter, the woman who is everything, actually have such an idyllic life herself? Maybe they have more in common than it seems. Now, this book will have you in laughter. She always manages to have me in laughter every time I read one of her books, and this book I was hooked on.
I finished it in about 3-4 days maybe. I cannot remember, but it's in my book diary anyway.
And I love the plot of the story as well, and it just shows you that nobody at all has the perfect life. There isn't such thing as a perfect life. And knowing like different people's stories in the book, it's like you may think someone has the perfect life, but you don't know what goes on behind the doors. You don't know what goes on with the family. And she's like, oh yeah, she's got the perfect life, she's got this, she's got that, she's got that, but really she hasn't. And Katie discovers that in the story. And there is funny stuff in the story that I absolutely love. And Katie does have to go back to Somerset, as I said there, and be with the business. And I love how she puts like the accents in it, like how the Somerset accent is. Do not ask me to do it because I can't do accents to save my life. She goes back to home, does this business for her dad, like sets up a new business, has loads of business plans. She's really clever like that. And then obviously she sees the boss and she's like, oh no, and obviously she wants to get revenge, and she does her very, very best to get her revenge. She comes up with all these different plans, and then obviously she discovers that Demeter doesn't have the perfect life at all, and that things are not going well for her at all. And Katie helps Demeter to get to the bottom of the story, and she also falls in love with the guy too, obviously. But I'm not going to say what goes wrong in Demeter's life. I'm not going to say what happens, because otherwise what's the point in you reading it, and it's not fair to give you spoilers on the book. But it is an amazing book. I love all of Sophie Kinsella's books, and I thought I love this book, so I would share it with you guys. And I am so really sorry that I'm rubbish at explaining things. That is like not my speciality. That's what I was trying to say, is explaining things. I've always been really bad at explaining things, so I'm really sorry if I'm not the best at explaining things, but I'll always read you the blurb and give you my opinions on the book to my very best. I'll try to. And that is all the books in April that have been my favourites. There have been other books in April that I've read, of course, but I'm not going to put every single book in, because then we'll be here all day, because sometimes I read about 8 books, 10 books in a month, and the video will be really long, and this video is already 16 minutes long. Obviously I'll cut some stuff out, but I'm just going to do you my favourite books in the month. And I really hope that you liked this video, because I have such fun making videos like this. Especially I love making videos, and I absolutely love reading, so putting the two together is like perfect. Even though I'm rubbish at explaining it, I did have fun making this video, and I really hope that I will continue this as a series, but I really hope that you guys like this too, because that's the most important. And
take a breath. And there already is a book in May that is in my favourite category already, and I read it in less than a day.
But that is my book favourites in April book favourites. And I really hope that you like this video. Give it a thumbs up, comment down below if you do read yourself what books you've been loving in April, recommend me some books too, because I absolutely love that. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, obviously leave a comment below, and I will see you guys next week with another video. Bye guys.